Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader, and today's first video is going to be my review for Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. This was our December book club pick of the month, and oh my goodness. Okay, first and foremost, I just want to say I adored everything about this book. This book was what I needed in my life. Okay, so it's set in Italy, and our main character is Amelia, and she has a twin sister called Victoria, and their family run a very famous restaurant in Sicily. Now, our two twins come from a long family of witches. There's like different families of witches that live all around Italy and their province and stuff. And they have to keep it a secret, so they live among the humans in secret. But then tragedy strikes when Amelia discovers that Vittoria has been brutally murdered. Her heart has been ripped out from her chest, and she's stricken with grief, obviously. But then after her twin gets murdered, she ends up dabbling in some dark magic, and she ends up summoning a demon prince to sort of help her seek revenge on her sister's murderer. Now she doesn't really plan on summoning him. She sort of tries to summon a lesser demon to try and so that it would be easier to manipulate, but she summons him instead, and she finds out that he has his own reasons for wanting to find her sister's murderer, because there's been other murders of other girls, other witches that have been happening, and it's all a very big mystery, and they both sort of set out to try and find out what has happened to these girls. So yeah, and one thing that I absolutely adore about Kerry Maniscalco's works is that she's able to take the historical fiction and true crime murder mystery, mesh them together, and then throw in a little bit of fantasy in there as well, like that little bit of magic that you just need. And I flew through this. This book is it's just over 400 pages, I think, or just under 400 pages, but I flew through this, guys. I love the setting. I loved just everything about it. Amelia as a main character she just felt so real. You feel it whenever she's grieving for her sister, and the anger and the rage that she feels trying to find out who killed her sister, and it's just wonderful. It's an amazing, wonderful ride. And the Demon Prince, guys, can I just say, girls and gays, you are going to love him. He is just, he's everything, okay? If anything, read this book for him, because the banter between the two of them is just the banter, this angsty slow burn romance between the two of them is just so intoxicating, and just so I ate it up. This, like I said at the beginning, this book was what I needed in my life. Sometimes you just need some good, steamy, angsty romance to get yourself through the day, and that is what this was. Well, obviously this was more than that. This is historical fiction, murder mystery, fantasy story, but there's also the romance in there as well. And what else? Another thing that I adored about this book was the description of all the food, because obviously, like I mentioned, Amelia's family run this really famous restaurant within their city, within their town, and just the description of them making the food, and how passionate Amelia is about cooking and creating dishes, and it's just I said to my mom, I was reading this, and I said to my mom, I was when this is all over, okay, when the world is somewhat back to normal, we need to go to Italy and just go up and down the boot eating all the food, because Italian food is wonderful. You guys know how to do food, okay? It's just, I love it. Okay, so anyway, back to the book. The plot for this definitely moved along nice and quickly. I really like it when books have a nice fast-paced plot. I felt there was Kerry is so wonderful at describing the setting and the place around you, so you really feel you're there. There was a scene where Amelia had to go through these really creepy tunnels at this monastery for reasons I will not divulge, but she was down there, and just the way Carrie described it, like I felt like I was there with Amelia, just like watching, like one eye forward and one eye over my shoulder. Like it was just like, it's creepy, it's beautiful, it's intense, it's angsty, it's just and the whole like themes about like family and everything, like how much she loves her family's restaurant and how passionate she is about everything that she does, and just like wanting justice for her sister, like that's all she wants. And then like putting all these different pieces together about what her sister was doing, and like how her sister ended up where she was, and just like even like a vampire makes a little appearance in this. I won't tell you why he does, but just out of nowhere, I was just like, oh, okay, vampire, where did you come from? And like there's other different supernatural creatures in here as well, like it's not just the demons. So it's just, I ate this up, as you can tell. 5 out of 5. This is a 5 out of 5 stars for me. Like, I adore this. I love Carrie Maniscalco. Like, literally, she is becoming one of my favorite authors. Like, after I read Stalking Jack the Ripper, I didn't know that she was coming out with this one, but then I saw this one, and I read the description, and I was like, give this to me now. And, like, it's just, it's wonderful. It's so good. Like, please tell me that like you enjoyed this as much as I did, because I devoured this. Had I not had to go to work, I would have probably devoured this a lot sooner, but you know, work, adult life. Anyway, that is my review for Kingdom of the Wicked. So I'm gonna leave. I was going to leave it on my shelf for dramatic effect, but we'll just put her on the floor. Anyway, that is the first of 2 videos that I'm filming today. Today's episode of Trope Talk is going up after this, but if I've already got it up and you're watching this in the future, it will be linked down below for you. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review. My Twitter and Instagram are down below as always. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you know whenever my next video goes up. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes for Trope Talk. Anyway, bye.